So how are you feeling about moving over to Wakefield?
Well, I'm excited about it really, because Wakefield's been sort of a second home, because I've always been going backwards and forwards to Jane, you know, and during the tours or when she's been doing her cruising programmes, which I've gone on, I'll stay there rather than, you know, if I have to. So I've always sort of had a bedroom there for the odd night here and there. Yeah, so, yeah.
And what's your relationship like? How do you support one another?
Well, we're just good buddies, you know, and I was just thinking about it this morning about how long we've known each other, and it's about 30 years. And of course we were different ages then. We've had different relationships along the way that we've sort of spoken to each other about when there's been problems and all that sort of thing. So it's just good friendships, and we get on just really well. You know, some people you just gel, don't you? Everything about the relationship just gels, and you laugh at the same things and cry at the same things, and you know, so it's like that.
Is there any bickering between you?
No, not really, because don't forget, in many ways she's my boss. She might be my friend, but I've always thought she's your boss first, so I remember that one. Although I don't think she would say that, but you know, I've always thought that, so it's sort of a bit of a habit I've got into, really. You know,
yeah, sometimes you have to bite your tongue.
You have to bite your tongue, yeah, and stuck up to the boss.
Yeah. And what's your best thing about each other, would you say?
I think it's the humour. It's, you know, we both like to laugh a lot. We're not people we're positive generally, and outgoing. We'll generally try things, and I think that's it. I think it's that positivity. You know, Jane's got this thing about put that out there soon, you know, and things will happen. You know, that thing that people do these days. And if I say anything negative, she'll say, don't, you've put it out there, so take it, you know, take it back. It's just the way that we are. We're very suited. Not in every way, but that doesn't always do, does it? You've got to have a bit of is it a yin and a yang? Or whatever it is, you know. So there's that as well. I like doing some things she doesn't, and vice versa.
And where do you feel like you fill in each other's gaps? Or add?
Well, I was a singer as well, but I never had the drive that Jane had. I never really wanted to be famous. Not that I maybe could have been, but some people have got to drive for it, even if they're not talented enough, aren't they? But I never had that. But although I enjoyed it, and it was my way of I made my living that way. So there was never a competition between us in that sense. But I supported her because I thought she's great at what she does. It was great to be a part of it when I was a backing singer for her. So it all just fitted, you know. I think it's that lack of competition, and you know, so I supported her in that.
Did you ever want to be kind of centre stage and Jane to play the backing singer?
No, and I think that's why we got on so well. I never wanted that. I never wanted that fame, never craved it, no.
And why did you give up the singing?
Well, I think I got a bit too old. You know, on stage, I was feeling a bit too old and thinking she needs some new young things back here, you know, giving it what for. And then I started having a bit of trouble with my voice, as I am at the moment. And that sort of, I thought, no, you know, this has got to stop. And so we did that. But because I'd always done a hair and a makeup, she'd always said to me, if you feel that you don't want to do that anymore, so, you know, there'll still be a job, because she still needed me to do a hair and makeup for the stage.